Shares of Uber jumping 3% today. The company announcing record gross bookings in March, a sign things might be getting back to normal in the ride-hailing business. We've heard from Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi on CNBC's new show Tech Check earlier today. Here's what he said about the path to profitability.
When we talk about adjusted EBITDA profitability getting there this year, we mean profitability after overhead on an EBITDA basis. So all-in profitability, and that will include businesses that we're leading into, like grocery, where we will be losing money and investing just because the opportunity is so big. And then we will have businesses like our mobility business that are a bit more mature, where we have stronger margins, essentially able to fund some of these growth businesses.
What I thought was also really interesting, Dan, was that it wasn't just gross bookings for rides, but it was also record bookings for food delivery, because the premise had always been, well, it's going to do really well in food delivery during the pandemic, and then when things change around, that's going to go down.
Yeah, I've heard him speak numerous times. He had a really great interview with Kara Swisher a couple months ago, and they were saying, listen, some of this behavior that a lot of Wall Street was betting against, and in the throes of the pandemic has accelerated, and it's here to stay. So I think you can actually count on that food delivery. They've made some moves. They bought Postmates, right? So they're consolidating around that. So, it seems like they have it firing all cylinders. I'll just tell you, as someone in New York who's been there the whole time during the pandemic, it's still like a 7-minute wait time to get an Uber. So I'm just a little skeptical about that record rides number.
Interesting. Should we draw any conclusions with Lyft just last month saying that ride levels have reached pre-pandemic levels versus record levels, whereas Uber is saying record levels, Tim?
I believe they will both see, beyond pre-COVID demand as we get into the early summer, not the late summer. And I think the pent-up demand means we overshoot. And I think, I actually love hearing Uber talk about their investment into grocery. It reminds me a lot of Amazon. I realize, very different, but low margin business where at some point that investment gives them a major moat, at least a head start over a lot of other people. And I think it's something that's worth investing in now while they have gross bookings at record levels also across the other business. So I like the Uber story here. I like for both rideshare companies, the dominant ones, that the backdrop, I think, for reopening is strong.
But which one? Guy?
Lyft. I think Lyft learned, and see, I played that game so well that time, didn't even hesitate.
You didn't
Lyft
stray.
learned from Uber's mistakes. I mean, I think I think their pathway to profitability is clearer than Uber's. Lyft actually hasn't traded as well as Uber recently, but I think in earnings on May 12th, you own Lyft, not Uber.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.